We've had a very good off week. I think we accomplished what we set out to as far as getting fresh, as far as getting better at the fundamentals and the details. We also got a head start on Texas A&M, which is always good with the different things that they present to you. Quick injury update. Cam Petway suffered a fracture in his scapula late in the game against Arkansas. We did not know that until last Friday. We were trying to heal our guys up, and it was sore, and we thought it would get better. It didn't get any better, and so he'll be out for an extended period of time. I don't know exactly when that will be, but obviously that's a tough blow for him, a guy that's battled a lot of injuries up to this point as far as that goes. Everyone else we expect to be ready for Texas A&M, which I think that is a really big thing with the guys that are banged up offensive line wise, and then we have some defensive guys that we've held out the last couple of weeks. We expect everybody to be ready as far as that goes. Texas A&M, you're talking about a very talented team. When you look at these guys defensively, they've got a lot of very good athletes. They're a big physical group that can run. They're one of the best teams in the country in sacking the quarterback and putting pressure on the quarterback, not just four down, but when they pop a guy or bring an extra guy, a fifth guy, they're very good, very aggressive. They really try to stop the run. They'll bring extra guys down to do that. Offensively, you're talking about a very balanced team. Last week they played two quarterbacks, so you've got to prepare for both those guys, but they're very balanced, and they got one of the more dynamic playmakers in all of college football, and Christian Kirk, a guy that, with the ball in his hands is very scary. And you talk about special teams, I think he's probably the biggest weapon in the country in special teams. So we're going to have to do a super job with him covering kicks and everything that goes with that. But like I said, I feel very good about where we're at after the off week. Gave us a chance, for our team to heal up as far as everything goes and get better. And we're looking forward to going to Texas A&M. Questions?
Does Petway avoid surgery then, or is that non-surgery?
No, it's non-surgery. No, non-surgery.
Is Cam Martin the next backup in the?
Yeah, I think Cam Martin, Malik Miller, Devin Barrett, I think all those guys, have gotten work not only in games, but more importantly, got a lot of work in practice. I think, all those guys will be ready to go when called upon, down the stretch.
Gus, is there any indication of the timeline of recovery for a fractured shoulder blade?
I said extended period of time. I'm hoping we get him back before the end of the year, but I'll keep you updated on a weekly basis. Really, that's kind of one of those things we'll have to see how it goes.
How is he coping with this, Gus? I mean, this was a season that was supposed to be far more productive, far more successful. Just how is Cam dealing with this?
Well, I mean, he's a competitor, and like I said, it's a tough blow to him. I mean, you're exactly right. He's had a lot of different injuries, and I know that's frustrating for him. He's a great competitor, but hey, you got to deal with it, and he'll respond. He'll respond okay.
Gus, how was Casey Dunn doing particularly, and how much did you have him back at the center?
Yeah.
Be able to put Austin at left tackle, get some good passes?
Yeah, Casey, he had a good practice on Sunday. He did some things last week. I think he's ready to go. And of course, obviously today will be another big day of practice. But so far, so good. He's looked extremely well.
Yeah, and do you like having Austin Golston being able to put him back at left tackle?
Yeah, I mean, Austin, like I said, I think what does he start at 4 different positions. So, anytime you can get veteran guys on the field. Now, we'll see what that means as far as, the exact starting lineup for the game. But, having the older guys on the field, has been a really good thing.
That's about Mike Horton, Darius James.
Yeah, Mike Horton practiced last week and Sunday night. Darius James practiced Sunday. And like I said, we expect everybody at this point to be ready to go to Texas A&M and play. And so I think that's a real positive.
When did you guys find out about that way as far as?
Yeah, I think it was like Tuesday at practice, his shoulder was tender. Now, at the same time, we held a lot of guys out. It wasn't just him and all that. And so the guys that were beat up, and it's just one of those deals that it didn't get any better on Friday. And so we just felt, like, hey, we better, get an X-ray type deal. So that's kind of how everything went about.
Just a technical thing, I think, Gus, have loss of value insurance?
What's that?
Does Petway have loss of value insurance?
They update that from time to time.
Gus, talk about your defensive guys, that you think they're all gonna be healthy, ready to go this week?
Yeah, we do. I think everyone practiced Sunday. We expect everybody to practice today. You can just really sense, especially on Sunday, that the freshness. Last week was really good. Our guys were very energetic. They were ready to get back out there and practice, and we had a very good practice, in all three areas. A little bit longer than most Sunday night practices, but we've done that traditionally, coming off a bye week to get a little extra head start. And, we were in shells, and then so today, will be a good practice too.
How about Trey Matthews? What does it mean to have him back out?
Well, he's one of our leaders, and when he's on the field, he makes a big difference. And so I know he's excited to get back out there. And, when you get your leaders on the field, it has a way of affecting everybody in a positive way.
Gus, I think Ryan Davis has one of the lowest drop rates in the country as far as receivers. Is that something you're just kind of born with, or is that something he just kind of gotten better at as time goes on?
Tell you, Ryan has really worked extremely hard. He's one of those guys that really wants the ball. He attacks the ball. He's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and you could see that grow throughout this year. Now, he's one of the more veteran guys we have, in our receiving core, and a guy that's played a lot of ball and just playing with a lot of confidence right now. And I know our quarterback has a lot of confidence in him too.
Do you have to guard against, when you played LSU, they were coming off, they had some tough losses and bad games, and Texas A&M has obviously played better than they did against Mississippi State. Do you have to guard against anybody getting overconfident?
I think this time of year, the games are so important. You've got to expect each week you're going to get that team's best effort, and that's what we expect out of A&M. Like I said at the very first, you're talking about a very talented team overall. You turn the film on, you can see that within the first 5 minutes. They've recruited well, and they've got very good players. So you got to play well. But this is the time of year that, if you got a chance to be a good football team and do special things, you play well as a team. The thing that I like right now is that we're healthier. We had an off week to get a little fresher, and it was good for our staff too to kind of look at everything from a standpoint of worrying about us for a whole week instead of worrying about opponent. And there's a lot to be said for that. And there were some things that we saw in all three phases that we feel like can make us better the last 4 weeks. And so, like I said, I think we're in a good spot. We got to go out there and do it, and we're playing a very talented team on the road. So to answer your question, we're going to expect their best, and we know we have to play well to win.
Gus, have you looked, especially at special teams, especially with Christian Kirk coming out and the problems you've had the last couple of games?
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. We're a lot of times, you look at different things either scheme-wise or personnel-wise. The things that you weren't good at before your off week, you got to improve. And that is one area that we're going to have to improve. And obviously, when you throw in the factor of a Christian Kirk, that even makes it even more relevant. But whether it's scheme, whether it's tendencies, whether it's personnel, which a lot of times it's a little of all three.
And I guess it's November late in the season. Do you think this is an opportunity for you to put some more veterans on special teams to help you out a little bit?
Well, like we said, personnel-wise, it gives us a chance that we have a lot of information on our current team and where we're at. And then, there's some young guys, too, that I felt like last week was really good for them because really we got them more work than we did the older guys. And so it was a great opportunity for a couple of those guys to step up. And, you look at freshmen, they're really no longer freshmen in my eyes. They've got a lot of experience, game experience. And so, yeah, there'll be a few personnel changes.